Hello, I'm Charlene Owens, and I am from Johnson County at Central Elementary. Please forgive me for carrying my phone. I've got a few notes on there just to remind me, so that's why I have my phone in my hand. But I teach sixth grade, and I've done that for about 10 years, and I teach science. And I've always had in my classroom lots of resources. I'm blessed to have a lot of resources, hands-on things. I have tables, and I have countertops, and I have a lot of those types of resources, and we've always done a lot of things on hands-on. But as time went on, I felt like there was something missing from my classroom, and there was also something missing with the students. Their engagement went down. Even though we were doing hands-on stuff, through the years I started noticing the engagement of students being a little different. Even though they'd be interested when it was time to study science, it wasn't the way that it used to be, and they're at that age where the excitement wasn't there every time, we started a lab or something like that. So I realized that was a problem, and then my district decided to adopt a new science curriculum based on the STEM Scopes website that we have been using now as our curriculum. And with that, we have access to so many technology things that the kids can get to, but I didn't have that in my classroom. I've spent several years studying NGSS extensively, and I'll put a lot of time into that, but I hadn't put a lot of time into technology, and I realized I needed that in my classroom. So that was part of my need. My students need that extra, that technology to piggyback on what she said. They needed that extra thing to research, extra thing to get into. They want to go and see what else is out there, but they know more about the technology than I do, so they're teaching me as well, but they needed that extra to boost their enthusiasm about their learning. So when I did this grant, I applied for this grant, I asked for 4 Chromeboxes to use with what we already had. We're using them with existing monitors and keyboards and mice, so that we already have that. And I had just a couple of older computers in my room, so now we have enough room to make a whole new station where I can use the new technology that we have available to us through the STEM Scopes, where the students can actually use all that and get into it in the classroom that day. They have their own accounts. They have access to everything that they would need, their own web searching. They can do all that themselves, where I was having to do it whole class while we were at school. And now I have already, since I've gotten mine, I've already changed my action plan a little, because one of the parts of my action plan was that there would be one class that didn't use technology, so I could really have a true understanding of the data, but I can't do that to that one class. We will do it a little less, and we will have one class who truly implements the computers as they're going to even limit their hands-on, so that we can see computer simulation and that type of thing to see if kids need some of the hands-on, because some of my kids, the hands-on doesn't get to them like it does the fact that they can get on there and see the computer generate it. So we're going to do one traditional classroom where we will use the computer some, because I can't not let the kids use that station. They've already loved it so much, just having those computers come in. So I've altered that a little, because I can't do that to that class. And then we'll have a class that will do a good healthy combination of both. And then we have a class that's going to totally be our tech class, where we are going to try to do as much computer simulation with science as possible. When I started this, I gave a survey. I used the Plickers and did a little quick Plicker survey about their interest in science, and it wasn't where I thought it would be. And their interest in technology. I had some kids who were more interested in science, some more interested in technology, technology. And I posted the results on my board that I made, and I was surprised. In the future, I asked them what they think they want their jobs would be. Would they like a job in science, like a job in technology? And the numbers weren't where they need to be for this day and time. The kids weren't as interested in that in the future as I thought they would be. So that's one of my goals, is that this will increase their interest as well as their content knowledge and their knowledge of science practices and concepts. So that's kind of my plan, is to check those 3 different classes and really look at the data and see, is there too much technology? Do I need to back off and let them do some more hands-on? I know what I expect to see, and I'm using it as a new station where we will have kids actually on computers doing part of their things, other kids doing their hands-on, all in the same room at the same, the stations going on at the different times. So it's really exciting to have that access. And the kids can also get on and to access their own individual progress and their own individual accounts, like how much they have finished using the STEM scopes. I did a lot of research before I started this, and I found that even NSTA now says that they actually have taken a stand and made a statement that science without technology is not okay. They come out and said now that, they go hand in hand, other than, the word science has to have technology in this day and time with it. And then I looked at some test scores from some places who had already used the STEM scopes that we're using that I needed my kids to get access to. And there was a school who jumped tremendously after 1 year, and then after 3 years their scores just kept going up, so their content knowledge was increasing as well. So those are some of the things I'm looking for. I do plan, and my whole district is using that, so I plan to share with what I'm doing in my classroom with my district through the PLCs and through, I am going to create a Google, I already have created a Google account where I can discuss that with all the people in my district, especially K through 6, and try to lead that way and show them some of the things that we're finding that the technology helps. Also, with this, of course, I'll be back here and talk to you guys at the Action Summit and let you know my results, because I'm really excited about that data. Any questions? That's pretty much what I have today. Any questions? All right, thank you.